All right, guys. In continuing our studies here of flips, Friday flips, let's take a look at Spider. And this is all of my weekly options. There are a few stocks intermingled in that are not weeklies, but that way I can watch them all on one watch list. But let's look at Spider here. This thing popped to 147.16. Okay, right at the open. Let's go back here on the chart and look at this. You can see what it did. You had a nice gap here from the previous close yesterday of 146.12, and it opened today at 146.91. So you got an 80-cent gap on this thing, okay? And as we know, most gaps, they come down and you know, on a gap like that, unless there is exceptional news. And I'm not going to say the news this morning was exceptional, but it was very good on the unemployment numbers. You can get a pullback. Okay, so if right at the open you had picked up the 147 puts as it clears this 147 strike price, okay, that's what we're looking at here. That's what we're wanting to do here. We're wanting to look at stuff that is just below or just above a strike price and get in the weeklies, today's option on that strike. Okay, now as you know, we were playing Apple earlier and we came out of that. It took many shots to finally catch a bottom on this thing, but an easier play, just looking at a couple of these things, these big movers today, would have absolutely been Spider. Okay, now let's look at the option chart on this. This is the Spider, today's, the weeklies, the 147 puts. Okay, so here is the there is this morning. Okay. Now you saw it. You saw the at 10 o'clock it was moving up, and then it started coming down on the pullback. Okay, that's the natural pullback after the gap open. So say we had picked up, well, the bottom on the 147 puts was at 10.25. Okay, so let's look at where Spider was at 10.25. Okay, at 10.25 Spider, there it was. That was the top at 147.15. Okay. Now, had we been paying attention, or perhaps we're 10 or 15 years younger, we would have seen this pullback. We would have jumped into the 147 puts at 147.15. Okay. Now, remember that number, 147.15. Okay, say you got in at 17. That's probably not going to happen. Okay, you're probably not going to get the dead bottom. But there was a lot of volume right here. There was over 4,000 contracts traded at 18 by 19. Okay, there's your numbers right up there. Okay. See that? At 19 cents. So suppose we got the 19 cents with the rest of the world on this at 19 cents. Okay? Inside of... Let's just see what we got here. Inside of 20 minutes, you'd had almost a double at 19. Let's see what this thing does. Starts moving really starts moving up. There's a quick dip down. And then right at lunch, the puts start moving up around 1 o'clock. Still green all day, even if you wanted to hold. Hits a high of 63, something like that. Pulls back a little bit more and is currently trading at 58 cents. Okay, so you've from 19 to 58, you basically have got a triple on that, and a hell of a lot less risk, and an easier trade than us trying to fool around with Apple again. For a couple of 4 trades, Apple hurt our feelings. We had to fight to get back on this thing. But Spider puts, and you know, on a down drop, you can actually pick up the calls. But the play this morning should have been the SPY puts. Okay, so for next week we'll be watching. Okay, now for Spider, this could apply during the week also, because the volatility is still going to be there on Spider. But here's the key thing to know. Okay, 147.15. It's now trading 146.39. So it's 40. That's a 75-cent move on this thing. The option has moved almost 50 cents. So it's moving almost dollar for dollar, penny for penny. Okay? For every 4 ticks, you're getting 3 ticks profit. Okay? Roughly 75% of the move has been the same with the option as the price itself. Okay? So that's what we're going to be watching for this week. And during the week, you can do the same thing with Spider, because the volume is there, the volatility is there, and you can do this on Spider up or down either way. Now I'm going to caution you to stay, if you're going to play the long, you got to catch the bottom. You can't chase it. If you're going to play the put, you're going to play it short. Because it's going down, you can't assume, you can't start piling on and try and play continuation. It's not the way you do it. You're going to get killed. You may make 1 or 2 good trades that way, but that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to play the peaks on the puts, and the valleys pick up the calls. Don't chase it, because you see Spider now is at 146.29. Do not assume that it's going to go to 145 today and pick up the 145 puts, because you're probably not going to come out. Okay, you got to stay in the money on Fridays. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. It's Mikey.